This is Arreton Down. It's a bit breezy, so I don't know if the sound quality is going to be any good at all here today. This is a Hampshire and Isle of Wight Wildlife Trust Nature Reserve, chalk grasslands, south facing, looking west at the moment, so kind of Mottistone Compton is within the same central chalk ridgeline, way off there to the west. It's rather lovely chalk grassland, lots of rock rose among other things, lots of salad burnets. So yeah, it's a Wildlife Trust Nature Reserve, south facing, covered in scrub, or not covered in scrub, a good balance of scrub and really lovely chalk grassland. See some wild privet, elder, wild rose, some viburnum wayfaring tree over there, lots of dogwood, field rose, lots of wayfaring tree, packed with yellowhammers. You may be able to hear them. Just down here you've got a very small cereal field, looks like barley from here, kind of right up against the edge of the chalk grassland and scrubby area, which probably explains why there's so many yellowhammers breeding along this kind of ridgeline. They very much position their nests within sort of, you know, a few meters, few tens of meters of the edge of arable in areas like this. They really love arable within the territory. Ideally spring cereals. Given there are so many yellowhammers here, there must be stubbles or some sort of winter feeding habitat within close proximity too. It's quite a narrow area of nice habitat if you kind of pan a bit further out, kind of looking south now. The fields are much larger, much more intensive, so I very much doubt that landscape could support many cell buntings. Looking further out, it does have plenty of yellowhammers again. Might be able to work with landowners to put in additional grass margins. There's already some 3-metre grass margins out in that more intensive arable landscape. If we can get some 6-metre margins and thicken up the hedgerows, then we're likely to increase the number of breeding yellowhammers at least. There are, I believe, grey partridges out there as well. Really struggling to see any, but it's field rose. This bit's very tussocky, very rough, full of orthoptera. I gather that the Wildlife Trust grazes their reserve here over winter with cattle. Take the cattle off in March, and then leave it to flower over the summer, which is absolutely perfect, I think, from a invertebrate point of view. Yeah, so if we can get, if we can actually acquire arable in very close proximity, very small arable fields, 2 to 3 hectares maybe, and manage those arable areas to provide wintering habitat, we sustain the yellowhammers at least. There's a lesser whitethroat singing there. Love to hear a trill of a cell bunting, but that's not going to happen. Haven't actually heard any whitethroats since I've been here, but it's a bit kind of overcast and not really singing weather. They're quieting down a bit anyway. Lesser whitethroat is sub-singing. Quiet again now. So yeah, this nice chalk grassland full of skylarks breeding, and a few meadow pipits I've noticed coming through, and loads of linnets currently feeding on these slopes. They seem to like the areas where scrub has been cleared within the last couple of years. There's lots of bare ground, so presumably there are lots of annual wildflowers kind of setting seed in those cleared areas, and that's what the linnets and goldfinches, loads of goldfinches on the thistles, but yeah, they're both pretty much dependent on seeds rather than invertebrates. Whereas the yellowhammers obviously are feeding invertebrates to their chicks. Watching the yellowhammers, they were with mouths full of food. They were going for crickets and bees, caterpillars, that sort of thing. Yeah, so the chalk grassland is more open as you go up the slope, looking north at the moment. So this is all south facing. I think it's pretty good as it is. You could perhaps have a few more pockets of species-rich scrub just to increase the number of yellowhammer territories. But it's pretty amazing as it is. It's fantastic chalk grassland full of meadow browns and chalk-hill, sorry, not chalk-hill blues. They are here, but I've not seen any today. Lots of marbled whites today. Lots of flowering bramble, which of course is covered in butterflies. Flowering elder. Yeah, so in terms of managing Arreton Down itself, I don't think it could be any better, to be honest. It looks absolutely perfect for species-rich chalk grassland, which is also good for farmland birds. I think the one addition would be to get some arable directly adjacent to it into conservation management through stewardship, but also land purchase if that's possible. See, that's the dreaded maize just beyond some barley, an area down there which is obviously kind of set aside arable, which is now reverting to rough grassland. That's probably on the chalk, and just below that you go into the sand. So probably an arable wildflower hotspot out there, but it's been so intensively farmed that be lucky if they're holding on at all. Just over the way there, beyond this near bit of chalk grassland, you can see some rough sort of grassland. I think we're going into Burnt House Lane sort of area there, which goes towards Staplers and Newport. Looking at that area previously, it looks like most of those fields are on sandy rather than chalk soil, but you know, very rough and hardly grazed at all, to be honest, these days. Just pan round, probably just get a blast of wind if we do this. You can see the cereal field directly up against the chalk grassland. More wildlife trust reserves down in the valley there along the Eastern Yar river corridor, floodplain mainly, so presumably not ideal for yellowhammers and any future cell buntings. They really prefer these drier, parched slopes up on the sand and chalk. So I hope you're enjoying this video about Ventnor and the Undercliff. If so, then don't forget there are 2 books I've written. One, Birdwatching Around Ventnor, creatively named, and the second one is Wildlife Watching Around Ventnor. Just short books about the local area that are the subject of this video. Available on Amazon. I'll put a link below to this video, and you can also order it from the library, and it's available in all major bookshops, both of these little booklets, and in a few shops along the Esplanade, like the Longshoremen's Museum and Lady Scarlett's Tea Room as well. But yeah, I'll put a link to the description if you want a slightly deeper dive into the Isle of Wight Undercliff, and these 2 little booklets might be of interest to you. Just go onto Amazon otherwise and just search for Steve Jones and Ventnor and you should find them.